is Rozy, and I'm a first-year scenic design grad student at Penn State, and today I'm excited to share with you my lesson, Painting with Sprinkles. The things that I'm teaching with today are a brown paper bag, plastic wrap, or acetate if you have it, and all of the kitchen spices and other sprinkleable things. The specific things you use aren't necessarily important, but what I'm looking for is variety in texture, shape, and size. In art, makers use the 7 different elements of design: line, color, shape, form, value, space, and texture. These components guide how we see, understand, and make art. Any artist or art lover will be better able to view art and design in a more meaningful way by understanding these visual building blocks. Understanding texture is a great place to start. So today, using household things, we will create a dry textural scheme for stone. So, what is texture? Texture is the look and the feel of a surface. In scenic design, texture, rough, smooth, hard, or soft, is used to communicate the character of space. In this process, we will analyze a source image for layers and texture, test the textural materials, try layering, and create a final plot. First, pick a surface texture in your home that you would like to map. I'm working on this glazed porcelain tile, but I've also tried this out on my linoleum kitchen floor and stone tiles under my wood stove. Now, let's take a minute to look at the surface we're creating. How many different textures can you pick out? In this surface, I see 4. I see white speckles everywhere. I see harsher white veins, and I see these larger dark brown and white and peach veins. Then I'm going to look at my collection of things. On this paper bag, I've already tested out some sprinkleable things. So take some time to play, really looking for variety of texture and value. What can I sprinkle on my acetate to create the textures that I've already identified? Without touching the item after it hits my plastic, how can I control the texture I'm applying? So now that we've identified some shapes in our texture, let's experiment with layering. So first, I remember liking I like the rice because it creates kind of a sharp, small, repetitive shape. I also like these onion skins and flower petals for creating larger white veins. And notice how I'm just sprinkling, I'm not controlling exactly where my petals fall. For similar reason, I like the scale of these dark leaves from the backyard. Kind of letting them fall where they fall. Oops. And finally, I like the salt for its all over small shape. Now I'm going to take a look at what we've identified of the different components of the stone and stack them on top of our brown bag, looking for shapes that jump to the foreground and which recede and serve as more of a background. So when I look at this stone, I see a lot of the white shapes kind of sitting on the surface. So I'm going to start with my brown leaves in the background. And take this time to play. Try putting the rice on next, and then the onion skin, or then the onion skin and then the rice. Really just checking out what happens when what rests on top of what. I'm going to try the rice next. And then finally, the salt for kind of a finishing shape. So these things layered on top of each other create a texture scheme of sorts for my tile. Check out this black and white image of my texture alongside this black and white of my tile. In the classroom, we explore texture in a similar way. Rather than sprinkling dry material to create small speckles, we learn to spatter, spray, and sponge. Using dry things on top of translucent material removes the permanence of applying paint. It requires analysis, strategy, and creative problem solving regarding how a surface or an image might be recreated. And it makes the idea of layering texture tangible. I'm Rozy, and thank you for watching Theater with Things.
Nice, that was good.
It was okay, it was better. I think it was better.
Yeah, no, I think it was good.